Hi, my name's Michelle. I've been having dreams since I was a little girl. Dreams that come true. Usually dreams of people that I know personally, or maybe people that I don't know. People at work. It could be people that I end up seeing on the news later. People that have no relation to me. So I had a concerning dream earlier this year. I can't remember what month it was. I'd have to dig that out because I did document it, but I documented it on my Facebook page. It was around March or May. I had this dream that I cannot get out of my head, and it just continues to evolve into new and new meanings. It's the dream that keeps on giving. That's what I call it. So I want to post it, and I want to see if there's some other information that I can gain from this dream. Things that people that see this video can think of that can link to my dream, and we can put this puzzle together. Because God is trying to tell me something. Not just me, but He has a message that He wants to share. And I need to figure out what it is beyond the things I was able to figure out. So basically, I'm going to do my best at explaining this. So basically, in my dream, there was a plane. My two of my friends in real life were on this plane. I'm standing on the outside of the plane and I'm looking up at them. They were seated on the plane and I'm like, why can't I get on the plane? Why can't I go on with you? I want to go with you on vacation to this fun place that you're going to. And they were like, oh girl, laughing at me. You can't go to where we're going because you don't have enough money. And this is only the elite, only the, people that have all this money and people, special people can go to know where we're going. We can't even tell you where we're going because that's just how wonderful it is. So I thought, elite? What are they talking about? Is they going to a secret place? They can't even tell me where they're going. And it's because, I'm not even good enough to get on the plane. I wasn't even allowed to step on the plane. I had to stand outside of the plane. That's how elite this place was. I was a nothing nobody, right? So I'm going to say it was an angel. I don't know what it was for sure. Maybe it was the Holy Spirit. But there was a voice that came to me from the right side, a male's voice. And it said, I'll show you where you're going, where they're going. And I'll show you. I'll show you what it is. And don't worry about it. So the door closes to the plane. He was like, don't worry. I'll show you where it is. So I'm like, okay, well, how are we going to get there if I'm not even able to get on the plane? And he says, don't worry about that. I'm just going to show you. We'll get there. So we lift up in the air and we literally fly in our own bodies. Mind you, I never saw this angel. I only heard it speaking. But it flew me in my own body in the air to South America. I was able to see the outline of the country from the sky. Just like I was looking down on a map. And I saw him like, that's South America. So this place that they're going to is in South America. It was on the west coast of South America. He was like, well, don't really focus on that, but let me just show you. So we zoom in and we fly. We zoom closer to the west coast of South America. And we're flying over a small city where there wasn't that many people. I really didn't even notice any people. But one in particular, and I'll explain to you who that was later or in a minute. So basically this place that we're flying over is beautiful. It's full of tropical greenery, palm trees. It's full of lush greenery. The building, the architecture is Roman. It had Roman columns. Specifically remember that. And it was very grand. It was on a grand scale. It wasn't any chintzy type of construction. Instead of having roadways, there was waterways. So the roads were water. Like man-made pools. It wasn't made by God. It wasn't natural, like a beach or lakes or canals. It was literally pools, swimming pools. Beautiful crystal clear blue, but they were cement pools. And I looked down and there was this one woman that was laying on her back and she was backstroking over the water. It was just her. And there was waterways everywhere. I wish I remembered the number of waterways because I'm sure that would have meant something. But she was laying in the middle, backstroking on these waterways. And then he said that this is country 34. I said, country 34, but where is that? What is that? He said, well, we can't really zero in on where it is because the maps have all been flipped. So just remember country 34. 34. Just remember to watch for 34. Like, watch for 34? Like, is that really a country? Or he was like, just watch for 34. And I was like, what am I supposed to watch for 34? What does that mean? I'm like, okay, well, I hope I'm not leaving anything out. Next thing I know, I wake up in a bed, dropped in the bed. I wake up, I'm done visiting country 34. I go to work the next day. I can't get this place out of my mind. Why can't I stop thinking about 34, this country 34? So I'm Googling scriptures. I'm Googling coordinates. What's 34? What does it mean? What is there a chapter in the Bible I'm supposed to look for? Is there verses? What is it? I can't figure it out. So I'm speaking to one of my friends and she shed some light. She has very good spiritual discernment. And she says, Michelle, why don't you check the coordinates? There's 34 north and south parallels. And I think, wow, that's really smart. Like, I should check that. So I go and check. What is located on 34? Well, it's really interesting when you find out what countries are located on 34. Very, very interesting. We have Algeria, Tunisia, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, China, South Korea, Japan, Morocco, Algeria, and the United States, of course. And as far as the states in the United States that are located on 34, we have California, specifically LA and Hollywood, which we know is full of satanic activity. I mean, Hollywood is like the capital of Satan. And of course, the San Andreas fault line runs through 34. We have Arizona. Interestingly enough, Sedona, Arizona has a spirit portal, a demonic, into the dark side. There is a portal in Sedona. Research it if you don't believe me, but that's right on 34. We have New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Now, going back to Georgia, guess what's on 34? The Georgia Guidestones. If you're not familiar with what they are, research it. Basically, these Guidestones are made out of granite. They were placed on there, I believe, in the late 70s or early 80s. Can't remember specifically, but they're basically the commandments for the New World Order. Why would they choose that location? And trust me, the elite, the Illuminati, is very specific about measurements. I mean, masonry. Think about it. I mean, everything is numbers. They're very, very funny about their numbers and numerology, their ley lines. Everything is calculated down to the science. So there's a reason why they put these Guidestones on 34. Why? I don't know. I don't know yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. We go to South America. Where do we have 34? I'm sorry, not South America. We'll go to 34 South, the South parallel. We have South Africa. We have Australia. We have Chile. We have Argentina and Uruguay. Interestingly enough, the Pope is from Argentina. Guess where? Buenos Aires. Guess where Buenos Aires is located? On 34. But not only is Buenos Aires located on 34, it's located on 34.36. 34.36. That's where the Pope is from. Don't you think that's interesting? I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, that kind of blew my mind. He definitely has something to do with this dream. Go back to where the angel showed me, or the guide, the Holy Spirit, whatever it was that was speaking to me in my dream, which we know was from God. He shows me the west coast of South America. So what happened there the other day? The earthquake. The reason why I believe that piece was featured in my dream is because I think I was being told this earthquake was not of God. It was not a natural earthquake. That's what this dream was telling me. Because where did this west coast of South America, where did that piece fit into my dream? Why was that there? The dream was about the elite. So that's telling me the elite caused this earthquake. Mind you, I had this dream way before the earthquake. I mean, like I said, I had it in March or May. I can't remember which month it was. I have to look it up, but it was months ago. So I researched it. BP Earthwatch has some evidence posted that CERN caused the earthquake and the aftershocks. If you don't believe me, go look it up. The evidence is undeniable. I mean, of course, you're not going to see it in mainstream media because they don't want us to know. And they don't want us to believe that CERN caused it. Because, CERN is CERN, the devil. That's a whole nother subject. Anyway, back to the dream. So I think about the architecture that was in my dream. Roman architecture with Roman columns. That's the type of grand architecture. Grand. It wasn't normal, everyday architecture. It was very grand. Well, what does that make you think of? Roman Catholic Church. Roman columns, Roman architecture. So now we know we have a connection to the Pope being from 34.36. We have a connection to the New World Order, Georgia Guidestones, 34. We have Roman columns, Roman architecture in this dream, Roman Catholic Church. And do you remember the woman that was in the dream floating on her back on the water, backstroking, just chilling on the water? Kind of makes you think about Revelations. What is it? I'm not sure what chapter it was. I don't have my Bible in front of me, but Revelations, the harlot that sits on many waters. What was she doing? That was her backstroking. She's chilling. She was chilling on those waterways in my dream. So, I need help. I think 34, when you take 3 and 4, they're into numerology, the elite, the Illuminati. You take 3 and 4, they equal 7. That's God's perfect number. 7, he took 6 days plus 1 day to rest to create the universe or to create the earth. They are creating the New World Order. I don't know, it comes to me that 3 plus 4 is like their broken 7 to create their perfect world. But everything they do is twisted and broken and not of God. So I don't know. That 34 kind of made me think of that. That's their broken 7. Because everything's broken that they do. Everything's perverted. Everything's a version of what God did, but a perverted one. They're just off the chain. If you look up news articles of different things that have happened around the globe, look up the location. Start looking it up. Or think of past events. Think of things that have happened in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan. Think of things that have happened here in the U.S. Look it up. How far from 34 was it? Sounds crazy. But think of natural disasters. Think of anything. And just start looking it up and see what's happening on 34. I've seen a lot of things. I can't list them all here. I mean, we'll be here all day, because I've been tracking them for months now. But my point was to get the dream out, to see if anyone has any other insight. Maybe someone out there knows what this 34 thing means, what the connection is. Like I said, I stumbled across a portal in Sedona. Is this a spiritually active location? What's it about? So I need help in figuring that out. We know that the Pope, who's from 34.36, and who is, part of ushering in the New World Order, George Guidestones, makes you think of that, also located on 34, and he's from the Roman Catholic Church, is coming to America. in a few days. So we need to put our thinking caps together and figure this out, because there's some ugly things on the horizon. Anyway, I thank you for listening. I hope, again, that everyone can put their thinking caps on, come together, offer some input, and we can figure this thing out. Thanks for listening.